Welcome back to Coinverse Hub. Today we're talking about a penny almost everyone has touched, spent, or ignored without a second thought. The 1974 Lincoln Penny. At first glance it looks ordinary, but hidden inside this small copper coin is a story that many collectors and everyday people still don't know. Let me ask you something. If you found a 1974 penny in your pocket right now, would you look at it closely or just throw it back into your change? Most people wouldn't even notice it. And that's exactly why some valuable examples still survive today. The 1974 Lincoln Penny was produced during a very important period in U.S. coin history. This was a time when copper prices were rising, and the United States Mint was closely watching the cost of making pennies. These coins were still made mostly of copper, giving them that rich, warm color collectors love. On the front of the coin, we see Abraham Lincoln, a design that has been used since 1909. Collectors carefully examine Lincoln's face, hair, and coat. Strong detail in these areas means the coin hasn't seen much circulation. Flat or worn features usually tell a story of years of use. Flip the coin over and you'll see the Lincoln Memorial. The steps, pillars, and roof of the memorial are extremely important. On higher-grade coins, these lines are sharp and clear. On worn coins, they fade quickly. Some collectors even look for the tiny statue of Lincoln inside the memorial, which can be visible on well-struck coins. The 1974 penny was minted at different locations. Pennies with no mint mark were made in Philadelphia. Those with a D mint mark came from Denver. Proof versions were struck in San Francisco and made especially for collectors, featuring shiny mirror-like surfaces. Most 1974 pennies you find today are worth face value. But condition changes everything. A penny that never circulated and still has full mint luster can be worth significantly more to collectors. Proof coins are even more desirable, especially if they are free from scratches or spots. What really excites collectors are error coins. Some 1974 pennies show double die errors, where letters or numbers appear doubled when viewed under magnification. Others may have off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or die cracks. These errors happened during the minting process and slipped through quality control. One famous variety collectors watch for is the 1974 aluminum penny experiment. While not officially released, rumors and stories about aluminum test pennies make this year especially interesting in penny history. Even the idea of this experiment adds mystery to the 1974 penny. Many people damage their coins by cleaning them. Cleaning removes the natural surface and can destroy collector value instantly. A natural, untouched penny is always better than one that looks shiny but has been cleaned. If you want to check your 1974 pennies at home, use good lighting and a magnifying glass. Look closely at the date, the word liberty, and in God we trust. Tilt the coin slowly and watch how the light moves. This helps reveal doubling, cracks, and surface quality. Collectors sometimes search old jars, piggy banks, or rolls saved decades ago. These are the places where high-grade 1974 pennies are most likely to be found. Coins that stayed hidden for years often survive in much better condition. The story of the 1974 Lincoln penny teaches us something important. Even common coins can become valuable under the right conditions. You don't need gold or silver to find excitement in coin collecting. Sometimes, all it takes is attention to detail, so next time you see a 1974 penny, don't ignore it. Take a moment to look closely. That small copper coin might not be ordinary after all, and that's why we explore coins like this here on Coinverse Hub. If you enjoyed this story and want to learn more about hidden value in everyday coins, make sure to subscribe to Coinverse Hub. More surprising coins are coming very soon. We're exploring a penny from a very special year in American history. The 1976 Lincoln Penny. This was the year of the United States bicentennial, when the nation celebrated 200 years of independence. While many coins received special designs that year, the Lincoln Penny quietly continued with its classic look, and that makes it even more interesting at first glance. The 1976 penny looks ordinary. Most people never give it a second look. But collectors know this year is important because of what was happening behind the scenes at the U.S. Mint. Rising metal costs and massive coin production made quality control more challenging, which led to some fascinating varieties and errors. The 1976 Lincoln Penny was still made primarily of copper. That rich copper color is one of the reasons collectors love pre-1982 pennies. Over time, copper reacts with air, changing color. Finding a 1976 penny that still has bright red luster is becoming harder every year. On the front of the coin, Abraham Lincoln's portrait is the key focus. Collectors carefully examine the hair, cheek, jawline, and coat. Sharp detail means the coin likely saw little circulation. Softer details usually tell a story of years of use in everyday transactions. Look closely at the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." Under magnification, some coins show slight doubling or weakness that many people miss. The date 1976 should always be inspected carefully because small differences can make a big impact on collector interest. Turn the coin over and you'll see the Lincoln Memorial. The steps, pillars, and roof lines are extremely important. On high-quality coins, these features are clear and strong. Some collectors even look for the tiny statue of Lincoln inside the memorial, visible only on well-struck examples. 1976 pennies were produced at multiple mints. Coins with no mint mark came from Philadelphia. Coins with a D mint mark were struck in Denver. Proof coins were made in San Francisco and sold directly to collectors, featuring mirror-like fields and frosted designs. Most circulated 1976 pennies are worth face value. However, uncirculated examples can be worth significantly more, especially those with full original luster. Proof coins also carry higher value when they are free from scratches, spots, or fingerprints. Mint errors are where excitement really begins. Some 1976 pennies show double dice, where letters or numbers appear doubled. Others may have die cracks, off-center strikes, or clipped planchets. These errors happen during the minting process and escape inspection, making them highly collectible. Collectors strongly warn against cleaning coins. Cleaning removes the natural surface and can destroy value instantly. A naturally aged penny is far more desirable than one that looks shiny but has been cleaned. The best place to find valuable 1976 pennies is in old collections, rolls saved decades ago, or forgotten jars of change. Many people unknowingly stored these coins without realizing their future potential. The 1976 Lincoln Penny reminds us that even coins from modern history can become special. Value is not only about age, but about condition, rarity, and small details most people overlook. So the next time you see a 1976 penny, don't ignore it. Take a closer look. That simple coin might be hiding a story worth telling. This is exactly why we explore everyday coins here on Coinverse Hub. If you enjoy learning about hidden value in common coins, subscribe to Coinverse Hub and stay with us for more surprising discoveries.
Today we are looking at the 1977 Lincoln Penny, a coin millions of people walk past every single day without ever realizing that some rare versions of this coin can be worth far more than 1 cent. The 1977 penny looks simple, old, and common, but hidden among those everyday coins are rare mistakes, minting flaws, doubling, off-center strikes, die cracks, and even high-grade business strikes that collectors pay big money for. Stay with me through this video because I will show you the exact errors, the exact details, the exact grading secrets, and real auction prices that prove why this simple penny is still hunted by collectors today. Let's begin by understanding the coin itself. The 1977 Lincoln Penny does not contain any silver. It is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. Because it is copper, older pennies naturally tone over time, showing brown, red, or a mixture called red-brown. Collectors value these colors differently, and knowing this can instantly change value. For example, a pure bright red 1977 penny in top grade can sell for hundreds, while a normal brown one might be worth only a few cents. That one detail alone makes people examine every penny closely, but the real excitement comes from the errors. The first category is double dice. A genuine double die happens during the hopping process before the coin is even struck, and it creates real doubling on letters or numbers. On the 1977 penny, collectors especially search for doubling on the word liberty, on the motto "In God We Trust," and sometimes on the date. Doubling on the 1 or the 7 can give a coin a steep value jump. Coins with strong doubling and a high grade can reach hundreds of dollars or more at auction. Another valuable category is off-center strikes. If your 1977 penny is missing a portion of the design because it was struck incorrectly, and especially if the date is still visible, you can have a valuable error. Off-center pennies between 5% and 20% off are commonly collected, but extreme 40% to 70% off-center coins bring serious offers from collectors. The more dramatic the mistake, the more money it brings. Next is the famous broad strike error. When a coin is struck without a working collar, it spreads out wider than normal, making a strange, flat, pancake-like penny. These errors are easy to miss if someone does not know what a normal diameter should look like. A clean broad strike in strong uncirculated condition can be worth a surprisingly high amount. Die cracks and cuts are also popular. A cut happens when a piece of the die breaks off and the coin shows a raised blob or missing design area. Collectors love dramatic cuts on Lincoln pennies. On a 1977 penny, a strong cut near the rim, especially by Liberty or the date, can turn a common coin into a collectible worth several dollars or more. Another high-value category is the coin's grade. A regular 1977 penny in circulation is extremely common. But a perfect uncirculated 1977 penny graded MS66 or MS67 read by PCGS or NGC can sell for over $100, sometimes more depending on demand. This is because high-grade copper coins from the 1970s are difficult to preserve. Most have scratches, spots, or discoloration. Finding a flawless one is like finding treasure. Now let's talk about real auction examples to understand the market. A 1977 Lincoln penny in MS67 RD condition has sold for over $500 at top auction houses because of its color and strike quality. Error versions have sold for prices ranging from $50 to several $100 depending on how dramatic the mistake is. A major off-center strike with full date can sell for over $250. A strong cut can reach more than $100. Even minor errors like die chips often sell because collectors enjoy unique pieces. This is why you must check every coin carefully. Hold it under good lighting, rotate it slowly, inspect the rim, the lettering, the mint mark area, and the color. Copper coins are extremely sensitive to environment, so storage matters. A well-preserved penny from 1977 could be sitting in an old jar, a drawer, or even loose change, waiting to be discovered. In the end, the beauty of coin collecting is that even a 1-cent coin can tell a huge story. The 1977 penny may look ordinary, but the errors, the high-grade versions, and the rare variations make it one of the most exciting years for Lincoln collectors. So keep checking your change, keep looking closely, and you might be the lucky